Language Institute, Jazan University, Jazan, Saudi Arabia. With regards to his qualification, he completed two master's degrees, one in English and one in sociology. Also, he completed MPhil in English literature and PhD in American literature. He has got about 26 years of teaching experience. His areas of specialization are English language teaching, American literature, socio-linguistic translation, and eco-criticism. He guided two research scholars in completing their doctoral degree. He evaluated 8 PhD theses, 40 articles, more than 40 articles were presented in national and international journals. He has written 3 books. He edited 8 books. He attended 60 workshops and conferences. He has written many poems. I want to list only 3 poems written by him. Pray for my egoist, published in New Ink Review. Second poem, Lovely Angel, published in New York Review. Third one, My Beloved, published in Yuan Poetry. He attended so many international conferences. Some important conferences that I refer. He attended the international conference on career ready, English ready, future ready, and empowering minds, creating a sustainable future through education. Both were organized by National Geographic Learning in Abu Dhabi. He attended British Council annual International English Language Testing System stakeholder event organized by British Council in Saudi Arabia. He is the member of the editorial board in the following international journals: International Journal of English and Literature, International Journal of English Language Literature and Humanistics. Third one, International Open Journal of Linguistics and Literature. He also a member of the advisory board of the International Streams Research Journal and Literary Herald and International Referee English e-Journal. He is also an external examiner for research and doctoral program in many universities, University of Madras, Bhagar University, Residency University, Sydney Professional University, VIT Vellore and Wales University. He is also a member of English Language Teachers Association of India, Center for Education Growth and Research, British Council Advisory Committee. His major contributions are preparation of vision document for BTech and MBA programs, preparation of Module 1 and 2 for Advanced Language English Medical Laboratory Technology Program, preparation of Module 1 and 2 for the Clinical Nutrition Program, preparing curriculum of engineering strategies and practice for the engineering program. Such a high-profile person is with us on behalf of all we present here. I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir. Yes, thank you for your cooperation that you want instant to us in connecting to us in this time in your busy schedule. Now I hand over the session to you, sir. Yes, yours, it's okay.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor, for the wonderful introduction. And I hope I am audible to everyone, right? Sir, am I audible? Thank you very much. Please interrupt wherever you feel that any interruption, right? Maybe. Okay, at the outset, let me take this opportunity to welcome you all, since you are the heart of this program, as well as the management, Honorable Director Principal, and all the faculty members. Special thanks to all the people who are behind the camera, whose names are not reflected are displayed in the list brochure. So many thanks to all of them. Because of them, we are here, especially the technical team. So I'll not take much time because the time is allotted to me around 25 minutes. So, and the topic is so vast, it's very difficult to conclude within 25 minutes, but I'll try to conclude. So as we are on the second day of this conference, and its theme is Education 5.0, a paradigm shift towards pedagogical innovations. So I have prepared few contents, and at the end of program, I'll open this floor for, this for a discussion. Wherever you have anything to add on, where you have, we have differences of opinion, just you can come up or you can drop a message so that we can discuss for at the end of the program. Because that is criticism is very much important. It's a part and parcel of our learning process. I'll start with the one simple question, that is, have you ever wondered how the future of education looks like in 21st century? So we have already passed 23rd, 24th. We are into 24th year of this century. So we might have visualized how could be the future of our education. And the topic given to me is the research-based innovative pedagogical strategies, as well as both the skills, soft and hard skills required in education 5.0. So these are all integral, interconnected, interdependent to each other, so one another. So I would, with this question, I will start with, as we are into the 21st century and we are into the world of academia. And this world of education is undergoing a radical transformation, because every day you will find something new is coming up in terms of technology. It is we I merely see is it's a shift from traditional models to conventional, which are more innovative, technologically driven, and with an holistically approach to education. That's what it is, a dawn of education 5.0. It's a very good concept, thanks to the organizer who's ever conceived this idea. It is a revolutionary concept that is reshaping how we approach teaching and learning. As we know, that education is always being dynamic field, it's evolving and adapting to changing needs of the society. But the pace of change is accelerating, and it is driven by many technological advancements and the increasing complexities of the world we live in. Now, as far as this importance or the significance of this specific theme is concerned, we have passed through a very dreadful phase, very dangerous phase of pandemic in the last couple of couple of years ago, and the impacts are still seen in our minds and other things. And when we talk about the fifth generation, fourth generation, there are differences. Where I foresee, there is I observed fourth generation is 4.0 is based only on technology, where the human touch has been avoided or missed because of anything. So it required something, emotional touch with the students or learners. That is why we foresee the education 5.0. Now, when we talk about the at a macro and macro level, the all the complexities and unprecedented, unparalleled situations we were in, this has led to this a beautiful concept there is an emergence of the education 5.0, which we call a paradigm shift that goes beyond conventional to prepare our learners to the challenges of a rapidly changing world. Because I just mentioned, because every, click of a button, you have a new information. So that is why we need this 5.0. There is a widespread notion that whatever educational system we have, it should empower learners with skills and competencies to cope with the constantly changing landscape. Now, when we talk about this, now here comes the point of two skills, that is hard skills and the soft skills. So hard skills that we use in manufacturing sector, marketing, and other places that we always emphasize or always focus on. What was the neglected the domain is the soft skills. Sometimes we call it 21st century skills. We include so many C's like communication, critical thinking, collaborative skills. Now something more we add problem solving, innovation, digital literacy. Now we would little bit more add to well-being, resilience, and adaptability. Because these are critical skills now that we need to inculcate or develop in among our learners so that they can face the future challenges. Now, what is negotiable is how best to achieve the development of these soft skills and hard skills, because both are important. But as I was going through multiple publications, soft skills are more important than hard skills. What I have studied, around 15% plus jobs, and the employers who are offering, they need soft skills basically. They focus on soft skills. How perfectly a person behaves in critical situation like pandemic. So these are very, very important skills in particular which teaching and learning approaches are suitable for. We have to look for this. That's what we are discussing here in these enabling complex skills development. Now, I was going through some of the articles and some information that most of the countries they have given a roadmap in the form of a vision, like Vision 2030 or 2040. Similarly, one organization is there like OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It views some very important learner qualities as the acquisition of skills to embrace complex challenges and the development of a person as a whole. So now it values common prosperity, sustainability, and well-being. Now, sustainability has come up from the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG 4. It's regarding the education. Now, here well-being is perceived as a inclusive growth. It's related to equitable access to quality of life, including health, because we were talking about inclusive education to all, even in our NEP 2020. If you have a comprehensive view of the NEP 2020, it talks about the inclusiveness, equality. But here it talks about quality of life, which includes your health, your civics engagement, social connections, education, security, life satisfaction, and the most important part is your emotional intelligence plus the environment. because everybody talks about environmental issues nowadays. We talk about global warming, we many things we talk about. So to achieve this vision, which I am talking about the hard skills, soft skills, emotional intelligence, social well-being, a varied set of skills and competencies is needed. So you cannot depend on only on education. I mean, what we impart theoretical concepts, but it needs a pragmatic approach to learning, to deal with the problems. We have to prepare students who can deal with some challenges, any kind of challenges that they encounter in their real life, basically. So, what I'm trying to say is, we would like to develop such qualities, hard skills and soft skills, that will allow learners or our students to act as a change agents. They can become change agents who can achieve positive impact on their surroundings by developing empathy and anticipating the consequences of their actions. Because we suffered a lot during pandemic, we were not at all prepared for anything. But all of a sudden, there was a shift from the offline classroom to the online classroom, where we started with blended learning, flipped classroom, I mean, many things. So it's not only we started this, several frameworks have been produced over several years, detailing specific skills and competencies. Everybody has given his own competencies. Some people have given critical thinking, some people have added problem solving, some people again they talked about the collaboration, teamwork, some people started with communication and negotiation skills. So these competencies all are related to the literacy. Some countries they have a bilingualism, but we have a multilingualism. And some people they talk about focusing on STEM based education, digital, personal, social, and so on. So it is learning to learn competencies. Some people say learning by fun, learning by doing, and OECD says learning to learn competencies, where it includes citizenship also, entrepreneurship also, and the most important is cultural awareness also. So, some other school of thought, they added cognitive because it's already there, cognitive, affective, and social motor, these are all there, but they added health and socio emotional foundations. They also added to this. In, in addition to the data numeracy, physical and mental health, morals, and most important part which we all miss today is ethical consideration. That's very, very important point. And now in European countries and Western countries, they are focusing on this very crucial aspect because they are lacking. Of course, we are enriched with blessed with the good education system. We had a Gurukul system right from beginning that always emphasize on ethics, and in family also we have all these values. Now the question asked from each one of us who are present in the forum today, that whether the education today is a vision of the future or the development of the skills needed to cope up with the ever-changing society has been met or not yet been met. The precise and short answer is absolutely not. Still, we have not met the demands of the society or the employers, what we say. Therefore, we need a robust system which can blend or we can bridge this gap. And there comes the system we call Education 5.0, where we can make use of new technologies to provide more humanized teaching. Let's have an empathy and emotional touch in this. with a focus on our students' social and emotional development and solutions that improve life in society. So it means there are two parts, society and education. Both are interrelated, interdependent, so that it improves our life. So all social spheres like work, health, and industry. So they have come to understand that technology may be a favorable to life. It couldn't be any different with education, which is the basis of people's upbringing. When I say people's upbringing, see the students or learners who are born, say, 15 years ago, 2010, 2005, we call millennials. Before we fell digital netizen, right from the last century, we talk about alpha, Gen Z. So many things we call. So they are born with the technology. Why not to make the best use of their expertise by integrating technology into our education system? Now, we have to learn here what the system is actually education 5.0 through this conference, especially the students. How educational institutions can prepare them means us or as students, and what is the difference between 4.0 and 4.5 before, I mean, they can switch on. So it's very important for all of us to know about the system. And when we talk about the education 5.0, we should also try to understand the importance or significance of soft and hard skills, which is part of this, I mean, process, because we need students at the end of the program who can be absorbed into the systems by the employers. So, based on the prior, I mean, literature, we classify the soft skills as a cognitive, social, people management, project management, and customer service skills, like the soft skills, where the entire process deals with interpersonal relationships. The most important part is how you deal with the people. That's most important. And on the other side, we talk about the hard skills, which deal with the concrete problems with specific knowledge. In the skills, you do not need a specific knowledge. But here in hard skills, you need a specific knowledge, which is provided to you at every institute. And the soft skill, therefore, is very, very important. Now, when you come to the education 5.0, and let me come to specifically now 5.0, which has been expanded over the from fourth generation in the last few decades, and we have witnessed a boom of digital transformation and a new technology in our day to day. When I talk about this, our prime minister is also talking about the digital transformation. Think about a day when they started online payment. Different apps are there, Google Pay, Paytm, and other apps, and many apps are there. Even for a payment, 5 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, you do not carry cash with you, you transfer it. How it is happening? What are the things we are taking place? This entire thing is taking place through or by using artificial intelligence. How we are connected to each other, the internet of things, data processing, and many, many other tools have been embedded in our lives and the various educational and business organizations. Now, let me come and get some glimpses of COVID-19 pandemic, where life, that's the most important part in our life. We should never forget it came with the many challenges, many sufferings, problems, but has given a glimpse of hope also to us. Why? Because from there, our life took a turn and life turned more digital. and things were no different in education institution also. So we had to come online in addition to the distance learning, right? There were trends that time, but today it has become the part of that life. It has become a reality, and everyone during pandemic had to get used to them. There was no other option but to learn, to equip ourselves with the appropriate arms and ammunition, how we can reach to the students. But beyond technological devices, pandemic has made one thing clear, that there is a need to prepare ourselves for any kind of adversity, for emotionally intelligent people who know how to turn challenges into opportunities, digital transformation into tool for social transformation, because there was total disconnect. So this media, we talk about social media, we Facebook, Snapchat, many things. What is the purpose of? They connect, and we have to connect or turn this digital transformation into tool for social, and plus we can add to education transformation. That's exactly what the education 5.0 is. It's a chain that links digital and technological knowledge. The most important now is to human, social, and emotional skills to promote well being. It means your health is more important, your well being is more important, your societal skills are more important. So that is what is differentiated from the 4.0. It includes basically three parts. That is, one is personalized learning, personalized. The second is project based, and the third is social learning. That is very important, because social learning is a part where you are connected, you are, supported, you are encouraged to collaborate, peer to peer learning, and social learning. Now, in this, the crucial component is teacher. Now, where should he stand? The teacher should not be a teacher, traditional teacher. He should be a mentor, he should be a guide and facilitator. So, this new technology or the new way of education is the outgrowth of this idea, where we were talking about the machine learning, gamification, and other aspects. So these technological advances, when put into the pragmatic life or real life problems, it gives birth to new system. So it doesn't discard, remember this, when I say 5.0, it does not discard the proposals or the propositions of education 4.0, but it supplements, it supports, it adds a more human perspective to learning by including social and emotional abilities. Why? In order to promote lesser adversities, impact, or environmental impact with greater health and safety. That is the importance of this. Now, we were talking about, just I talked about the Gen Z also, Gen X and Alpha, sorry, X and Y. So now let's think that if baby boomers and these generations had an education based on technical knowledge for professional training, so now latest generation, it has got an access to education 5.0, because we did not have, or the students on the last century, learners from the last century, they did not have. But current generation, they have access to education 5.0. So what it forces us and the education establishments, so they can introduce this aspect to their teaching philosophy and management processes, that can delve In addition to the technical knowledge, skills like collaborative, better interpersonal relations, we call empathy, balances of diversity, we talk about creativity, curiosity, we talk about conflict management, we nowadays we talk about fluid communication. So all these skills are essential to survive in society today. What I am concluding, and what types of strategies we should talk about. I talked about from theoretical concepts to the pragmatic concepts that we call about innovative pedagogical strategies. Now, in the nutshell, I will try to summarize in, this one word, that is the concept of the new system 5, education 5.0 is to produce outcome focused education for, problem solving, and value creation set to make our learners more competitive, modern, and modernized. Now, based upon or in the backdrop of the discussion or the whatever I said right now, I selected a few approaches, and I believe have the most evidence or the potential for future education. That is the formative analytics. I will define as it supports the learner to reflect on what is learned and what can be improved and which goals can be achieved and how to move forward. The second, the innovative idea which I have, the strategy is teach back. Now, teach back is a means for two or more people to demonstrate that they are progressing towards a shared or mutual understanding of the complex topic. Then comes the placed based learning. Then comes the placed based learning, which derives learning opportunities from local community settings. It means we are adding society also. That helps our students connect the abstract concepts from the classroom and textbook with practical challenges. So remember, in the education 4.0, we have a less focus on practical challenges. But here it connects, it means it moves beyond classroom now. It enters into the real life settings. Then comes which I was reading through article, then comes two more important aspect, three, that is learning with robots and learning with drones. Now, learning with robots, it helps teachers. It make them free up their time on very simple repetitive tasks and provide scaffolding to the learners. You feed something and it will be done automatically. And when we talk about introducing the drones, when you usually see in the parties and other things, it is being used to support field work. Now, when we add to pragmatic aspect, the real life situation, so you need to supervise something, you need to oversee the operation. So it supports the field work by enhancing students' capability to explore outdoor activities. And the final I found is citizen inquiry. Now, it shows ways that members of the public can learn by initiating or joining shared inquiry-led scientific investigation. So whatever practical knowledge is there, so that has to be integrated, clubbed with the theoretical knowledge so that our learners can learn. Now, many others are there. We always talk about adaptive teaching. We always talk about some people, they combine the pedagogies that is innovative also and the well established also. So they make blend of both. And some people, they talk about the pedagogies that focus on, I just mentioned STEM or mathematics or non-native languages, and they just add social emotional learning. And then there is one other another concept I was reading that it talks about attuning pedagogies to the context of new learners and technologies. So new learners, we are the new learners if we consider ourselves. And the last is technology enhanced innovative pedagogy, the challenge. So here also, if we add technology enhanced innovative pedagogy, we add education here, we add the well-being, we add emotional intelligence in this to make integration of both society and education. So both are, I mean, interconnected to each other. So when we talk about education 5.0, we should never forget society 5.0. So we have to make balance between these two because these are interconnected and complementary in their approach to shaping the future of human development and social progress. So this the entire discussion is focusing on our learners' overall holistic development. So we should not forget when we talk about technology integration, it is education and technology and society and technology. So we should be focusing on the collaborative ecosystem. We have to talk about the synergistic or synergy growth, where inclusive growth of all institutions are there. We have to invest in teacher training. We have to invest in educational technologies. So it is essential for all of us to be trained in this new outlook. That's my point. We continue with the professional development programs and whatever six approaches I talked about, some more approaches I talked about. We should be very, very careful when we talk about this. Now, let me take 1 minute to summarize this. Now, there will be a collaborative and interconnected world, right? We need a teamwork, which is not only the option, it has become the necessity, which I just focus on. And education is a promise of an educational system. Now, what I'm talking about, this education 5.0, it is a promise of an educational system. It's not imparting knowledge, but it is empowering our students, empowering our individuals. So let's prepare our students not just for exams, but for real life challenges. As we embrace Education 5.0, now we are laying the foundation for a system that empowers individuals to drive on the complexities of the 21st century. It's a journey and it's one way all the part of. Therefore, let's move further together towards a future where every learner has the opportunity to reach their core potential. So that's what I had to say in this. I hope I try to match with your expectations wherever you might have observed or you observe anything which I missed. So kindly add on to this, and wherever you have any queries, you can just drop a message, you can connect to me. So with this, I conclude and I just hand over this session to the person who is conducting. Professor, you can go ahead with this. And thank you very much, everyone, for your patience. I have taken a bit long time. Of course, I could have taken more time, but try to summarize some points. I hope to a certain extent, I try to specify your quest for knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, VIPIN Sharma sir, for sparing your time and being with us and giving valuable information to both the participants and students of our college. Any query that you want to have clear now? Any query that you have? Any questions? Sir, one more student of our college. He completed the MA here, BA here, and now he is in Helsinki, Finland. He's studying there. He's going to present the paper on online. After this yours presentation and student presentation, we will have formal exams by our staff. Shall I move to the next session, sir? Shall I move to the next session?
Yes,
Thank
sir. I'm
Yes.
sorry I
thank
took a
you,
little
sir.
more time.
Professor,
Yes.
thank you very much for your
No, no, no.
presentation.
It's my
Thank
pleasure. Always my pleasure.
you.
Whenever you need any time, just drop a message. I'm just a message away from you
Okay.
because we are into education 5.0 now, right?
Yes.
So
Yes, thank
anytime
you.
drop a message, I am available to everyone, all the students, all the faculty members. I also want to learn from you, right? It is a collaborative approach.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
not a perfect person. I've just gathered some data and some information I shared with you. I wish you all share with me, and let's part of this research process, right?
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Just thank you.
So yes, thank you.
Just
Please
thank
go ahead.
you.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay. Suraj Kannan, Suraj. You can connect now. Suraj, open your video.
Yeah.
Yes. You seem to be an astronaut. Suraj.